and I can, with the due respects, today the topic is waste to wealth. From morning session, we are hearing the good speaker session from Majumdar Saab to Mr. Rajiv and other, the technology in better. Everybody has given a good session in terms of technology, in terms of plastic wastes. So coming back to the waste to wealth. So if you are, today this session is your plastic waste and resource generation. When you are talking about this plastic waste, the plastic revolution has started in India from the year of 1999. If you see, the rule has been changed from time to time, and the latest amendment has done in this year 2022 of 16th of February, which is given by Ministry of Environment and Forest. If you see the momentum of this plastic waste management, it has started from India in 2017 and 18 in a massive way. But in the last 2 years I can say from 2020, 21 and 22, this year is going on. It is going on in a very, very massive way. How we can say? So during this my session, I will cover how this plastic waste, the new rule has come in amendment in 16th of February 2022. And I can say this is one of the very good rule formed by Ministry of Environment and Forests. And it is not only a rule as given in this, and this is the next 20 years, 30 years of focus, how India will progress in terms of this plastic waste, in terms of environment, in terms of sustainability. That is a roadmap is given in this EPR waste. First, if you see, go back to the last year, what was the way it was EPR has done in a different way. But now this year he has declared given a target. If you see, all the brand owners have given a target. For last year target, it was 25%. This year is a target is given up 70%, and from year 2023 and 24, it will be 100%. What does it mean? This means is that you can do a recycling of at least EPR of 20%, 25% last year, and this year 70%, and next year will be 100%. But as a company, I am representing the company of a big FMCG's company called Dabur India Limited. And if I'm talking about Dabur India Limited, this year in the first FMCG's company, we declared as the plastic waste neutral company. What exactly does it mean? The government is saying the rule is called 10%, 25%, 70% and 100%. But we are go beyond the compliance. Whatever this plastic is procured for our packaging of material, that same amount of plastic waste is collected from the environment and sending to the recycling and co-processing. That's why we are called as a plastic waste neutral company. So the target and even is given is up to 25%, but we have got 100%. This year again target is 70%, and this year we are end of this year we are going to declare the plastic positive company. Whatever the plastic we procured for the company, we are going to do more recycling and co-processing. That's the beyond the compliance. That's basically the goal of our CEO, Mr. Mohit Malhotra. As a company, we are not only doing the compliance part, which is given by government, but as a responsible citizen, we are talking about sustainable way of management of the plastic waste. When you are talking about sustainable way, that means the collection mechanism and sending to recycler is one part. How it is affected to the environment. First, when I am talking about environment, when you are sending, last 4 years, if you see in this year 2020, we have almost sent 70,000 metric ton of plastics into recycling and co-processing. Recycling to the recyclers and co-processor to the cement industry. That a massive amount of plastics we have sent to environment. That means when you are sending to co-processing or to recycling, that the carbon footprint is reduced, rather it is going to a landfill. This is number one in terms of environment we are looking after this. In terms of socially, how socially we have connected to the society. When we are working here for 34 states and union territories, none of these states, every states we are our own, having own presence, and we are working with different ULBs, and recyclers, rag pickers. If you see the association in terms of rag pickers, Dabur directly or indirectly associated with more than 35,000 of rag pickers through our waste management agency. We are working at present 155 states of India. We have tie-up with the ULBs, municipalities, rag pickers, co-processor, recycler. That means it's a direct or indirect way of employment in terms of social things. When it comes to kind of economic, definitely it will increase the livelihood of the people. When we are working with the recyclers, with the co-processors, definitely it gives a mileage in terms of opportunity and employment to everybody. So as a company, we are not only responsible, we are acting in a sustainable way of management. If you see in the last 1 and 2 years, in India, many conferences, many things has been organized. What is the topic? If you see in the last 3-4 years back, if somebody is organizing in the conference, maybe the waste becomes the last session of that session. But if you see today as the scenario, I think this waste to wealth, today the first topic from morning session till we are at 3 or 3:30, we are talking about plastic waste. Why these things is coming into picture? People has to realize, they understand. Our leader, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has declared on the global platform that by 2070, India will be net zero. What does it mean? When he's talking about net zero, that means net zero in terms of your carbon footprint, by renewable energy by 2040, by recycling packaging, most of the industry has declared by 2030. So there are a lot of things which will not only help to environment, but also India is moving in a direction to cleaner environment. Not only India is leading the entire world, and so that path, that how India is in a very, very progressive stage and taking the very, very straight target. If you see the new rule which has been formed by these plastic waste management rules in 2016, it is amendment in year 2022 and 16th February. It is not one part. How it is a futuristic part, I can show you, and the rule will be applicable in the next 30 to 40 years. First year it is talking about how much recycling you have done. The next challenge and the opportunity, I can say, which is coming in the year of 2025 and 26, he is talking about 3 things. When you are asking about whether it is a plastic, whether it is a water, you have to talk about 3R approach: reduce, reuse, and recycling. And the 3 concept is coming very soon in 2025 and 26. Ministry of Environment and Forest are formed the guidelines from reuse of the rigid plastic, how much conversion factor you have to do in reuse. Yes, this is a big challenge. In India, the concept of a reuse of a plastic, still it is lack of there. But it has given a focus and it has given an opportunity for the people how will come out in the reuse. The second target, which is again coming in 2024 and 25, recycling. Today, if you see all your plastic, whether it's a categorization plastic, or rigid plastic, flexible plastic, multi-layer plastic, rigid and flexi plastic is going for a recycling. And the third is called MLP, multi-layer plastic, is sending to cement industry, is the co-processing. But the technology provider and other people like Sakti industry, which is telling ki they are converting MLP into these pallets and seats. That is the real business is going to come in 2024 and 25. Because Ministry of Environment and Forest has clearly declared whatever you are sending to co-processing is fine, but the percentage is figure, it is almost 20 to 30% you have to send for recycling. And MLP recycling is what is called as a technology provider today morning, and today what is Sakti industry is saying, converting into pallets, converting into seats, converting into different doors and windows. So what I am talking that regarding the environment aspects is fine, but regarding the opportunity in terms of employment, in terms of sustainable management of the plastic waste management is a classic example which is going to be set from 2024 and 25 in terms of rigid, flexi, and it's a multi-layer plastic. The third thing, which is again, all the 3 concept is depend upon 3R approach: reduce, recycle, and recycling purpose. The Third approach is recycled plastic contained. What does it mean? Again, the rule is saying from 25, 26, every company has to do 30, 10 and 5. 30 means whatever the rigid plastic you have been procured, you have to use 30% of recycled plastic contained. That means if a plastic bottle is made is 100% of virgin plastic, from 2025, you have to make 70% of virgin plastic, 70% and 30% with the recycled plastic contained. That's the rule is saying, and whatever the people now collecting the material and sending to EPR and making it a granules forms, that is called a recycled contained. That means once it will be made of 70% virgin plastic, 30% recycled contained. When you will make mixed up the recycled content, that means your plastic will reduce. When the virgin plastic will reduce, the environment carbon footprint will reduce. So whatever the rule has been framed, it is basically looking after the India in the next 40 to 50 years. So these are the big things is coming. When there is a big challenge in terms of technology, in terms of infrastructure, many things still it is lacking in India. But with the, I think, innovative approach of the people and the investors and collaborating with different countries like Germany and other countries, definitely will get that kind of technology, and a lot of opportunity and employment is going to happen in the next so many years in terms of waste, in terms of plastic granules, in terms of recycling, in terms of co-processing. It's a massive, huge, working in this industry as a sustainability in 22 years, I can see how the opportunity is going to happen for everybody, all the sectors, whether it is a investors, whether it is a technology provider, whether it's a brand, there's a lot of opportunity. When we are talking about this plastic waste, everybody is saying if you see television and everywhere ad, this plastic, advertise is coming, no plastic, no plastic. Sorry to say to all the audience that this is not actually because we are in this field. Plastic that doesn't mean that no plastic, you cannot remove the plastic from the environment, be sure. Because it will remain in the economy, but the main factor why this plastic waste is come into picture, sustainable way of plastic waste management. Why the sustainable way is coming? That means in India, those people are generating plastics, but not they are properly segregating and sending to the recyclers and co-processor. For that, if you see all the drains, nalas and oceans, rivers is full up with plastics because that is choke the dam, and someday you are seeing that animal is eating this here. So that is the way, that's the rule come in a very, very stringent form. That means sustainable way of plastic management, that is the only solution. If you say that there is no to plastic, I can bet you, I can challenge you, nobody can survive with this plastic. If you say your automobile sector, if you, okay, just I'll take another 4 or 5 minutes to cut down my topic because this is a very, very interesting topic. That's why it is taking a longer time. So I have covered that part. So I am coming to the waste generation. When I am talking about the wealth from plastic, how it made waste to wealth. Wealth means there is nothing called waste. When you are making some things from this waste, it is a wealth. Like when you are converting these rigid plastics, making your t-shirts and carpets, that is again your circular economy. When you are making your seats, your benches, your doors and windows, again it is come a circular economy. So there are various methods, various technology where you can do this kind of a circular economy. When you are sending to the co-processing of the cement industry, obviously that is a substitute of a coal fuel and used as a plastic, which is again reducing your carbon footprint. So whether it is doing by recyclers, co-processor, pyrolysis method, anything, that is all things is beneficial for the environment and for the society also. So with this, I am ending my session. Thank you.
Thank you so much.